Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to check in with y'all. I have my plants sitting here in front of the window so that they can get the morning sun because I watered them too much. They're so heavy from being waterlogged that this one has dried up a good bit, but this one still has a lot of water in it, and I hope I don't kill it. I don't know why. I think I have to water them until the water comes out the bottom into the plastic pan, but I need to just start measuring how much water to give them. Probably one of my water bottles like that full would be plenty. But I think I have to just water them until all of the water drains out the bottom, but I'm going to end up losing them. I already had to trim a lot of dead ends off of this one, and I don't want to have to keep doing that. It's a beautiful plant, and they look so good up there on my bar. Yes, I have been cleaning house. I am stranded in the house because the brakes have gone out on my car. So I'm going to be taking it in. I have a tow truck coming in the morning at about 8:30 to tow my car to the repair shop. And I'm going to get the brakes repaired. If they can be repaired, I don't even know. Let me turn this around so y'all can see my pretty face. I guess about 4 or 5 days ago, I could hear the pad, like when I would press on the brake, the pad, I could hear the pad, so I thought, well, I better go ahead and make an appointment. But I said, maybe I can drive it a couple of more days, before it gets really bad. Well, Saturday night, I was on my way home from Jill's. Ife, they had her big birthday party on Saturday, which Jill had invited all of her little friends over. It was so cute. I'll see if I can put up a couple of pictures. Jill had rented this spa bus or birthday party bus, glam bus, I think is what it was called. And it has all of these fall leather seats in pink inside of it. And they had a little spa, and they got their nails done and their toenails done, and they had a fashion show, and they had these little boa feathers, and they gave Ife a tiara to wear. It was so cute. But anyway, on my way home, when I stopped at a red light, y'all, the brake pedal went all the way to the floor. It scared me to death. Luckily, I wasn't going very fast, and I remembered to gear it down, and that slowed it down immensely. So I made it home safely. So I went ahead and reversed it into my parking spot. And so it's just been sitting there since Saturday night. I can't drive it. I don't dare drive it with no brakes. It's just too dangerous. So I have the tow truck scheduled to come at 8:30, and they're saying that they could come an hour before or an hour after. So I got to get to bed early tonight and get up early in the morning and get ready. I don't dare use that mechanic that I used before. Y'all, I left him a good review because the first time that I took my car and he repaired it, I was very happy with him. But then when it started, not starting again a few days later, that's when I took it back, and then he charged me another several $100s and still didn't fix it. When I went into Google reviews to delete my review, and I can't figure out how to delete it. There's no delete button anywhere on there. If any of y'all know how to do it, how to delete a review, let me know. But I don't dare go back to him. And then there's another one I could walk to it. It's so close. So I went on there and I read all the reviews about it, and they're saying, oh, they're crooks, don't take it there, they don't fix it, they charge you a lot of money, and they don't fix it, and then when you go back, they say that there's something else wrong with it, and then they want to charge you even more money. And that's the way it is with mechanics, a lot of them. But this is the one that I used the last time that actually did repair it. And then he told me that the problem with it not starting, after the engine gets hot, he said that it wasn't that sensor after all. And he said it's the key to the ignition. And he said just use your extra key if it doesn't start. So I've been keeping my extra key in the car, and I also have the automatic starter for my car. It was a Christmas gift from Jill when I first bought the car. So if it doesn't start, then I know that the key's not, clicking right in the starter. So, I mean, he saved me a lot of money, but the damage had already been done. There was no way I could get my money back from that other guy. So, even though it's inconvenient having to have my car towed so far away, it's worth it in the long run. If it's an entire brake system like the rotors and the calipers and what is that other thing that they call it? Master cylinder, is that what it is? It won't be worth it. I mean, the car has almost 240,000 miles on it. But you know, here in New York, you do a lot of braking. I mean, there's a red light on every corner, and there's traffic backed up, and sometimes they'll slam on their brakes, and you got to slam on your brakes, and it just never ends as many times as you have to use your brakes here driving in the city. So since I've been housebound for 2 days, I got a lot of cleaning done. I got the door part of the refrigerator cleaned out, and all of those shelves washed and cleaned. Now I've got to take out all the glass shelves in there and wash those. But you know, once I get it done, it'll stay good and clean for at least 3 or 4 months. And I haven't really been doing a lot of cooking. I got hungry last night for something sweet, and I didn't have anything in the house sweet, so I got in the kitchen and made me a batch of old Hershey's old-fashioned chocolate fudge. I made this fudge a long time ago when I lived in Asbury Park, so I didn't bother to film it. I was in my old gown and everything anyway, but I just made half the batch, and I've already eaten nearly all of it, but it turned out so delicious. I put some walnuts in it. In fact, it's the best batch I've ever made, because I finally had somebody teach me how to make it the right way. I was watching, I think it's called Whippoorwill Holler, and she made it from the recipe from the old, on the back of the old Hershey's cocoa can. Now, my sister Angie made it, and I reckon she's the one that I watched make it when I was a kid. I know I didn't watch Dorothy make it. And she would take it after it finished cooking. You have to cook it about 20 minutes, but I did buy a candy thermometer from Goodwill a few years back, so now I cook it to 220, I believe it is, the softball stage. But Angie would take it, and she set the pot, right off the stove, after she put in the butter and let it melt, and then the vanilla extract. Then she would set it in the sink with a little bit of cold water in the bottom. But then it would get hard real fast, and then you could hardly even get it out of the pan. So the lady on Whippoorwill Holler, she just, when it finished cooking, she removed it from the burner and then just let it sit there. And she said you can even put it out on the porch, if it's cooler out there, and just let it cool down by itself. So that's what I did. I just set it on the stove, on the cool side, and just let it cool down. I was wanting to eat it so bad, but I knew I had to at least try to do it her way. She buttered a piece of tinfoil, and then she put that in her pan, and then that's what she poured the fudge out on. So after it started, losing its gloss, and she said, don't even stir it or nothing. And I didn't stir it the whole time. So once it had cooled off, I started stirring it a little bit, and it just started getting thick and thick and thick. And then I poured it onto the tinfoil, and it's so delicious. Like I said, it's the best fudge I've ever made. I'll link the old video that I made, but don't follow the part about putting it in the water in the sink. It is so good. Hershey doesn't put that recipe on the back of the can anymore. I reckon because nowadays people make fudge with marshmallow fluff and condensed milk and chocolate chips and all that, but you can't beat the old-fashioned Hershey's cocoa fudge. But anyway, I just wanted to catch up with y'all and let you know I hadn't forgot about you. I still love you with all my heart and soul. And if you're new here, I would love it if you would subscribe. That's about it. I'm doing good. I'm healthy as a horse. Oh, I cut my hair. So I decided to do the Brad Mondo cut again. And I made sure I followed it perfectly this time. I'll leave that video down here too. And I cut 4 inches off of each ponytail. I had a ponytail here in the front and then one up here on top. But it took nothing off of the length. I still got to figure out how to trim, just the ends because they're looking kind of scraggly. I don't want to be walking around with scraggly hair now, do I? Anyway, y'all give me a thumbs up and share. And if you're new here, please subscribe. And you just keep on coming back.